Have you ever noticed how your mind feels when you're caught in that quiet, restless loop? You know the one where you find yourself staring at your phone, scrolling through content you don't even like, while the meaningful work you truly care about sits untouched, just a few feet away. It's a strange, heavy sensation, isn't it? It isn't laziness, and it isn't a lack of ambition. It feels more like a fog. Your body wants to move, but your brain is stuck in a feedback loop of quick hits and shallow rewards. You're searching for a spark of interest that never quite arrives, leaving you feeling strangely exhausted by doing absolutely nothing at all. You just want to feel on again. It is so important that you hear this right now. This struggle is not your fault. You are not broken, and you don't have a weak character. You are simply a biological being living in an environment that was designed to hijack your survival instincts. Your brain is a masterpiece of evolution, but it's currently being overwhelmed by a system it wasn't built to handle. Today, we are going to look at how to recalibrate that system. We are going to explore how to shift from being a passive consumer of cheap thrills to someone who finds genuine, deep satisfaction in the work that matters. We'll cover the boredom buffer, the dopamine buffet, the visual horizon, the friction flip, and the reward bridge. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, I'm going to share a perspective shift, an underrated mental cheat code that makes discipline feel less like a sacrifice and more like a luxury. Think about that for a second. Discipline is a luxury. Can you believe it? It's the one thing most people miss when they try to change their lives. Let's start to get a little scientific. Your brain is like a kitchen sponge. If you keep it soaked in bright sugary syrup all day, it becomes heavy, sticky, and unable to absorb anything else. But if you stretch it out and let it get a little dry, it regains its natural ability to soak up whatever you give it. This is the essence of the boredom buffer. We have become terrified of the dry moments. We reach for our phones in the elevator, in line for coffee, or during the 30 seconds it takes for a website to load. By filling every microsecond with stimulation, we never allow our dopamine receptors to reset. To fix this, we don't need a massive life overhaul. We just need to invite boredom back into the room. Try this today. The next time you are waiting for something, anything, leave your phone in your pocket. Just stand there. Look at the wall. Notice your breathing. Look out at the beautiful trees. It sounds too simple to work, but you are effectively stretching out the sponge so you can actually focus when you sit down to work. It's okay if this feels familiar. We've all been conditioned to run from silence. But silence is where your focus thrives and preps to spread its wings. Now, let's be honest. Trying to quit everything fun at once is a recipe for a breakdown. It's like trying to go on a strict diet while living inside a bakery. This is where the dopamine buffet comes in. Most of us treat our day like an all-you-can-eat buffet of high-stimulation activities. We check emails while eating, watch videos while working, and listen to podcasts while showering. We are stacking layers of stimulation until our baseline for interesting is impossibly high. Imagine trying to enjoy a crisp, fresh apple immediately after eating a spoonful of pure honey. The apple will not really taste as sweet, would it? Not because the apple is bad, but because your taste buds are overwhelmed. To enjoy the apple of hard work, we have to stop eating the honey of constant background noise. You are not doing anything wrong by wanting stimulation, but you are making your tasks harder than they need to be. If you're washing dishes, just wash the dishes. No music, no background show. If you're walking to your car, just walk. By lowering the background noise of your life, you make the main event, your work or assignment, far more engaging. You're teaching your brain that it doesn't need a constant drip of novelty to survive. It's a bit like clearing the cache on a slow computer. Suddenly, everything just runs smoother. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, as it helps with the algorithm. Now, back to reclaiming your brain. Here's the truth. Your environment is often the silent hand that guides your choices. We like to think we are in control, but we are mostly just responding to what we see. This leads us to the visual horizon. Think of your focus like a flashlight in a dark room. If there are shiny, neon signs scattered all over the floor, your eyes are naturally going to drift toward them. You can try to force the light back to your book, but it's an exhausting battle of will. Most productivity advice tells you to have more willpower. I'm telling you to turn off the neon signs. If you need to focus, put your phone in another room, not just face down in another room. If you have a physical object that represents a distraction, put a cloth over it or put it in a drawer. You are narrowing your visual horizon so that the only interesting thing left in the room is the task in front of you. When the shiny things are gone, your brain eventually gives up looking for them and settles into the work. It's a biological surrender, and it feels wonderful once you get there. It's okay if this feels difficult at first. We are undoing years of habit. But think about the friction flip. Friction is the resistance you feel when trying to do something. Usually, the things that are bad for us have zero friction. You can access a world of distraction with a single thumb swipe. Meanwhile, the things that are good for us, like going to the gym or writing that report, have high friction. You have to find your shoes, drive to the gym, or open 10 different software programs. It's like trying to push a boulder uphill while there's a water slide right next to you. To rewire this, we simply flip the friction. Make the bad things annoying to do. Delete the social media apps so you have to log in via a browser every time. Put your gaming controller in a box at the top of a closet. At the same time, make the good things frictionless. If you want to write in the morning, have your laptop open and the document loaded before you go to bed. If you want to exercise, put your clothes right next to your alarm. You want to make the right choice the path of least resistance. You're essentially building a downhill slope toward your goals. As we move through this, remember that your brain is always looking for a reason to keep going. This brings us to the reward bridge. Often, we view discipline as a long, dark tunnel with a prize at the far, far end. That's a lot of time to spend in the dark. Instead, we need to build bridges. Think of a toddler learning to walk. We don't wait until they run a marathon to cheer. We clap for every shaky step. Your brain needs those claps too. Tell yourself you only have to work for 10 minutes, just 10. Once those 10 minutes are up, give yourself a genuine mental good job. Most of the time, the momentum of those 10 minutes will carry you for an hour. But even if it doesn't, you've started to associate the effort itself with a positive feeling. You're building a bridge between the work and the reward, rather than keeping them miles apart. I promised you an underrated philosophical tip for staying with me, and here it is, the luxury of less. We often frame discipline as doing things I hate so I can have a better life later. That's a heavy way to live. The real secret to enjoying discipline is realizing that discipline is actually the ultimate form of self-care. This is the most important part of today's video. This is the dopamine detox. When you engage in a dopamine detox or rewire your brain, you are not punishing yourself. You are clearing away the clutter so you can actually experience your life. The bonus tip is to reframe your work as a sanctuary. Instead of saying, I have to do this work, try saying, I am lucky that I have a space where I can focus on one thing. In a world that is constantly screaming for your attention, the ability to sit quietly and work on a single task is a massive competitive advantage. It is a form of mental freedom. When you stop chasing every digital butterfly, you realize that the most peaceful place on earth is right inside a state of deep flow. Discipline isn't a cage. It's the key that lets you out of the cage of constant distraction. If this gave you clarity today, let me know in the comments. I go through every one to ensure these videos are truly benefiting you. To help you implement these concepts immediately, check out our official cheat sheet linked in the description, or you can scan this QR code. It's a great way to master these concepts while supporting our little channel. Subscribe for more tools to help your brain work with you, not against you. Don't miss my next video where we'll dive deeper into these and many more concepts. Thanks for watching.